You're listening to littlepodcast.com. That's true, I didn't inhale.
I was walking home from the Jamba Juice or whatever. I threw up on the sidewalk.
The original Karen of Avatar.
Yeah!
For the longest time, I thought Dream On was by Led Zeppelin.
I'm over here bragging about and holding up my Game Boy Advance, and TJ's showing off his bottle of listerine.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 394. I'm your host, as always, John_Danger.
And I'm Matt.
This is TJ, wearing 2 pairs of sunglasses for whatever reason.
And this is Spanky, not wearing sunglasses.
But coming to us from a realm of VHS. Warm VHS distortion.
Thank you.
I have pre-recorded all of my video on the stream today onto a VHS tape, and it's just playing back now, and everyone else has rehearsed lines to respond
That's right.
to it.
Oh, really? See, I thought that you had like several VHSs and you were just like queuing up the right answers in real time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have it be like a linear video editor where you've got like the tape actually spinning while you do that video editing.
Yeah. That's the way to do it, boys. I'm stretching. Oh
man. Daytime podcast, huh?
I know I'm tired. It's too late in the day.
I've run away from a red person party.
I don't think you are allowed to say that.
TJ, that's first off. That's called. I'm not going to make a joke.
TJ, were you at a red hat party?
No. It's Republifuckers or Trump heads or whatever.
Republistan.
I really wish I could have made my joke, but it's too racist. So
and useless.
You were just gonna talk about a Cleveland mascot.
No.
Chief Wahoo.
So TJ, why did you leave the?
God damn it,
no.
John. Calm down, Elizabeth Warren.
I can edit it. See, that was the calculation I made in my head. Is that no one will hear what I just said because it's edited.
No, you'll have to leave it in because we're just going to talk about the fact that you said that horrible, horrible thing.
What did I say, Matt? Tell me the word that I said.
I'm not going to say it because
I
then if you edit
that out,
because
put that in as you saying it.
No, but now you have to edit all of this out because if you just edit out what you said, then it'll sound like I'm referring to something horrible.
Live listeners have already clipped this and have already posted this on
I don't think that they have.
Canceled.
Nobody listens to this.
Hi, Justin.
It's also another great thing is that you can hide anything in a podcast because nobody will find it unless you are going to be on SNL.
Yeah,
then people will find it.
Yep.
I don't know. Are people still getting canceled? I think that I don't know.
I believe there's a police officer that got canceled.
Yeah, well, if you murder somebody, that does tend to do it.
Yeah. You know what the best part about that is?
The best part about the murder, John?
I watched the video.
Nothing.
Yes.
You know what the worst part about it is?
Everything.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't been following super close, but it seems like they're actually like facing charges and stuff, which is a nice change of pace.
Yeah, but we'll
see if the jury convicts.
Yeah,
because they won't.
Because they've already got a.
To be fair, Amber Geiger was convicted, but she was a woman, so being a male police officer.
What the fuck is the word for a story? A narrative. They already have a narrative prepared.
Yeah, it's true.
About how this guy had pre-existing conditions and possibly intoxicants in his system. That stuff came up at the autopsy with no evidence of asphyxiation.
It's really weird how if you just sit on someone's neck for 10 minutes straight, they die of asthma. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I've heard many police experts have condemned that, saying that what he did was basically strangle him, but with his knee, because that's what that is. So if he would have had his hands there holding his neck shut, it would have been the same thing he was doing, but it would have looked so much worse. So,
but if you can't breathe, you can't say I can't breathe.
I sing I can't breathe my last breath in my body, and then being unresponsive.
If you can exhale, you can inhale.
Yeah. Anyway,
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I'm just gonna tell you, I always inhale.
I always inhale too.
I did not inhale.
I'm inhaling this CBD sparkling water.
Why do you drink CBD sparkling water, man?
I got it because I was just very confused by the fact that it exists. And now it just kind of tastes good.
Oh, okay.
It's sparkling water.
How much CBD is in that sparkling water?
It's supposed to be 20 milligrams per can.
There is absolutely no way there's that much in there.
I don't know. Like, if I drink one of these really fast, I do feel like a little bit of a chill out effect, but it's very short lived.
I guess the reason I say that is because, like, having purchased CBD oil supplies and getting like the tinctures and stuff, knowing that like a bottle of like what is it, 30 20 milligram doses is like $70. There's no way that can I guess the can, how much was it though? Was it like $4?
I don't know. It came in a 6-pack.
I mean, it's always like, that's the problem with CBD and like other supplements, is that there's absolutely no FDA oversight over any
and so
sort of
like
claims or amount.
This is made by Untitled Art, which is a brewery around here. So like I figure they wouldn't knowingly put out fake shit, but like then also they have to trust their supplier to make sure that it's whatever they say it is.
Well, exactly.
Stuff.
Levels of potency, there's so much.
Yeah.
That sounds good though. I might have to try some of that because I do like CBD.
So the difference is the expensive stuff, John, is extra virgin CBD oil, and this is just regular CBD
pressed.
oil.
It says it's $15 a 6-pack, so I guess it could be 20 milligrams. I mean, if the water tastes good, that's fine. It sounds like I'm reading a review here that somebody had, and they said it's good. They like the flavors. Blackberry.
Yeah. Last
really
night it was very good for like having between hard seltzers to pace myself better.
I like it. I like a good CBD though. I never have done CBD though. Just I'm saying that because it's technically like still legal.
Is it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Not
John has
CBD.
never done CBD oil. He's never done CBD because he didn't inhale.
That's true. I didn't inhale. But the thing is nice about CBD products are like, it's just kind of like a chill thing, if that makes sense. It's very weak though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't know. I would say that it makes me fall asleep faster.
I have had like a CBD something before, and I compare it to like green tea or like lavender tea.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison.
Probably not green tea because green tea has caffeine in it, but like
I have like a sleepy time herbal tea.
Yeah, like the sleepy time blend or like the chamomile or lavender.
I fucking
tea.
love the kava tea. The kava the
kava tea has a definite I
always brew it double strength and then have like 2 glasses, so it's 4 tea bags worth, and that definitely has a sedative effect.
Have you ever had the Smooth Moves tea?
No.
Oh, you never had Smooth Moves?
But I've heard horror stories.
So I forget. I'm looking up who makes this.
Isn't it like Celestial Seasonings or something?
No, it's traditional medicinals herbal teas. It's called Smooth Moves, or just Smooth Move. I'm gonna go up their website. I'm telling you, if you're having constipation problems, boy, does it work. And that's why it's called Smooth Move. So it's funny. This didn't happen, but I had a coworker, like in my previous job, they had lots of like teas and stuff in their desk. And they were like, they had one called Smooth Move and they had no clue what it was. And they were like, oh, this is just like a relaxing, nice herbal tea, smooth, No. It's senna based tea, which is a natural, I guess.
John Senna. You cannot see it.
It's a natural stimulant for your intestines. So supposedly it works pretty well though. If you get,
I need a tea that does the opposite of that. My intestines are always constantly stimulated.
So that's cheese. You just eat cheese.
I've been doing that.
Get you some of that fucking like Taco Bell nacho like plastic liquid cheese and just drink that.
Oh, no. I don't think I wouldn't. Or the big jar of like Tostitos queso sauce.
Ooh, get you some easy cheese and just
no, man. If you ever have any problems with constipation, I just go with Miralax. That shit's the best.
I had talking about last coworkers at last job. At my last job, there was a coworker I had who was like convinced that Miralax was making her kid autistic.
What?
It's not a vaccine.
I know. I didn't get it. She was like, because like my other coworker is like, yeah, I got to get on Miralax because he had like a surgery.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have to take Miralax for my surgery. And she's like, you better not take that Miralax. It was making my kid autistic. And I was like,
that's not how that.
What are you talking about? She's like, yeah, he was on it and he was like, he wouldn't like talk. And he was like, he would
because he was shitting himself.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, probably because you just put a drug in him that made his poop different than he's been used to for the short 4 years of his existence.
I just like the idea that of what Miralax is as like the way that it works is just polyethylene glycol.
Yeah, there is nothing like crazy in it at all.
It's literally just stuff that you mix into water and it dissolves, and then in your body it turns into like gel goop, basically. Yeah, that helps thicken you up.
So she's like, yeah, I've been reading like motherhood blogs and they've said that like because of she would call it PEG. So
yeah, that's what it is.
The PEG will make you have leaky gut, and leaky gut will lead to autism.
What is that leaky gut? It's like I gotta have some leeches on my leaky gut's not a real thing.
So I was just like, look, I'm not gonna argue with you because it's your life and whatever, and like, but like, don't tell people that ever again because it's really stupid. Leaky gut is it's not a diagnosis; it's a series of conditions that like Instagram influencer nutritionists will be like, if you cure your leaky gut, it can solve any physical ailment kind of shit, right? So it's like, basically...
Is it like anal leakage or...
No, it's when your intestine is more permeable. So like, it's a real thing that can happen to you, but it's not like a disease, nor is it like emblematic of anything. It can happen. Mm-hmm. And so like... You'll see a lot of stuff if you go to like the expensive aisles in Target of like the organic food, like the like gut health kale smoothie for like $53 or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. See, that would give me leaky gut and leaky butt.
It's like happy wife, happy life.
It's like that one time I tried.
There's the episode title right there: leaky gut, leaky butt.
Like one time I tried a shot of wheatgrass and I was walking home from the Jamba Juice or whatever. I threw up on the sidewalk.
I used to because there's nowhere to get it anymore. But at the grocery store that we had that was good before it shut down, I would get wheatgrass and just like give it to my eek.
Yeah, cats love that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
they won't eat it like food, but he'll take like a few. He would take like a few and chew on it and then eat it.
Yeah.
But like you can't just give him wheatgrass instead of food.
It'll be like, when your dog eats a little bit of grass to like balance things out or whatever. Get some fiber in you.
If my dog eats grass, I know immediately she's going to throw up everywhere because that happens.
Well, so that's because you put Miralax all over your lawn.
It's because you're making your dog autistic with medicine.
Oh no!
I actually fertilized my lawn because I just go out there at night and just take a big old dump in the yard.
Yeah, night soil they call that.
Mm-hmm. That's how I keep my yard looking green. I just mowed this morning. Very beautiful out there.
Okay, this is a perfect transition because we're going to talk about Avatar. And one of the episodes, they were trapped, a bunch of earthbenders were trapped on a boat with no earth, and I was like, just make night soil. Just be poop benders. You can just defeat the fire dudes with poop.
All right,
I think
so
it's technically an island.
can we make like a transition here for the Avatar Bite Book Club? Because I feel like I don't know if everyone's watching along. They want to hear us talk about it.
Okay.
So we need to have like a cut point. Thank you.
Episodes 6 through 10.
Episodes 6 through 10 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Atla, as TJ called it.
Atla.
My wife is still not liking the show.
My wife.
She does not care. So we'll see.
One thing I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but there's a lot of these episodes in season 1 that are directed by Dave Filoni, which is Mandalorian, Clone Wars, Rebels guy.
Yeah, let me. I gotta go to the Avatar Last Airbender Wikipedia because I gotta remember what was in all these because we watched too many episodes in a row on this Bite Book Club. I tell you.
Yeah. So,
some people watch way too many episodes.
I should just mention that since the last time we talked about 1 through 5, I've seen all of Avatar: The Last Airbender and all of The Legend of Korra. So
and all of James Cameron's Avatar, which is the biggest.
And all of M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender. If you watch James Cameron's Avatar followed by M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender, it's like watching all of the show Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah. It's the same thing.
Oh God. Please
no, I have thought about watching the M. Night movie because it's on Netflix, but I haven't.
All right. So let's talk about this. This is episode 6 through 10. First episode, Matt, you just referenced is episode 6, Imprisoned.
Yep.
That was the one where there's firebenders that are basically saying, hey, you earthbenders, we'll fucking put you in prison for doing your bending.
Yeah. And they're in their like Magneto cage.
And it's like voiced, and I think it's what's his name doing the voice of the the prison warden, Sulu. What's his name? George
Takei.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
It sounded familiar, and that's the name that popped into my head, but like I wasn't sure.
I gotta find it.
He did keep saying,
"What's the Avatar Wikipedia? Is there like a Fanipedia of this?"
It's avatar.fandom.com.
It's Wikitar, the Last Wickbender.
Okay, here's the overview. Aang or I should say Ong, because I was talking about the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, because
I was watching that with Kirsten, and she's like a huge Avatar fan, and I kept like every time they said Aang, I was like Ong. I was trying to correct her.
Aang, Katara, and Sokka camp near a small Earth Kingdom town controlled by the Fire Nation, where earthbending is forbidden. Katara convinces a young earthbender named Haru to save an old man using his abilities, for which he is consequently imprisoned. In response, Katara devises a plan to have herself arrested to free him. And then she incites a rebellion. Afterwards, she realizes that she's lost her mom's necklace.
Yes, it is George Takei.
This is the first of a series of episodes where Katara simps on whatever nearby strongman.
Yeah, thirsty Katara.
So, can someone explain?
We got 2 Katara thirst episodes in this 5.
Can we, for the asexual, tell me what simp means? Because I have people saying it on social media, but I don't know what it is.
I wish it was an acronym, but
it's
really,
like it's similar to cuck.
Yeah, that's what I gathered from context clues. Like
Virgin Crush, where you're putting all your heart eggs in one basket.
Yeah, it's a man who puts. Here's the top definitions from Urban Dictionary. Is a man who puts himself in a subservient, submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table.
But I don't understand how you get the word
men going
simp
their
from
own
that.
way type word.
Very
man puts too much value on the female for no reason.
I see.
You know, it's a good definition when they say female.
Okay. Here's perfect example of what a simp man would be. Here's some references I'm sure you'll get. The role of Eddie Murphy played in the movie Norbit.
Yep.
Okay.
Or the role of Kevin James in the TV show King of Queens.
Okay.
I don't know. Because his wife is
No. Bob Hart's Abishola. That would be a simp.
So regardless of simp,
But I still just want to know how they got to the word simp from that. It doesn't
Give me
make
the
sense.
etymology of simp.
it's sympathy.
Oh.
So you're a simp.
Oh, so we're not supposed to show sympathy. Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
That's how you get women.
Yeah.
Girls only
no.
guys who are assholes.
I played that pickup artist game on Steam. No, I watched Junkie play it.
I would like to mention that the definition simp is from 2012, according to Urban Dictionary. So, been around, but it didn't become popular publicly till recently.
I think recently PewDiePie started using it, and that's
so that's why
it got popular. So Avatar, the last simp ender.
So yes, she's simping for Haru. But yeah, he gets taken away because he helps a man. I think the craziest part of this episode is that there's a point where a man is being crushed to death in a mine. And he's like, I'm dying. And then Katara's like, you got to use your earthbending to save this man's life. And he's like, fine. And then he does. And the old man's like, this guy saved my life. Like, what a fucking narc.
Yeah.
Like, how will you be dead if I didn't do that?
The original Karen of Avatar.
Yeah. Thank you, Karen.
She immediately went to speak with his manager.
Guys, here's some trivia. George Takei, who voiced the warden, and his family found themselves in a similar situation to the earthbending prisoners in the episode. During World War II, they were forced to relocate to a Japanese-American internment camp in Arkansas.
I don't know if that's exactly the same thing.
And later transferred to another camp in California, much like the villagers who were being imprisoned simply for being earthbenders. Takei and his family were forced into these camps simply for being of Japanese heritage. Don't put that in your Wikipedia. That's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
No. This is a fake fun TV show of jokes and laughter and action adventure. That was a real heartbreaking thing that happened. Anyway. So
but what if the Japanese Americans could also control Earth with their mind?
Then they wouldn't live on islands.
That's true. You're right. Yeah.
2 episodes were
wait. But we gotta end up with this one because Matt said poop bending.
Yes.
I want to get back to poop bending. So I don't know. I don't think poop bending would be earth bending.
No, it would because it's called make dirt.
Yeah, it's called night soda.
There's water in the feces. I feel like you could water bend.
Yeah, there's water.
You can definitely water bend urine.
It's okay. We'll get to this later, but I think it's mud, and you could do it either way.
Wait a minute.
I was about to say because we get into some weird shit with water bending later into the series.
I'm just gonna take an aside to the people who've seen Korra and not make a spoiler, but there is a type of bending I think would work on a Taco Bell shit in the later seasons of Korra.
I think I know what that is. I think I've heard of that.
Korra can bend me any day.
Isn't that a child, John?
I don't think she's a child, actually.
No,
I
she's
think
like
she's
16 or 17.
I will say that there is a 3-year gap though in that series at one point where she is much older. So I'm talking about the final season. Although I don't
final
know about
evolution
Korra.
of Korra.
Anyway, I just like that voice actress and that character a lot.
Well, we'll get to more voice actresses once we actually get to Korra.
Let's go to episode 6 and 7.
Yes.
Yep.
No, 7 and 8. Winter solstice. Yeah, this is where Aang is like learning more about
my Aang.
Okay, Aang is learning about the spirit world. So at this point, we almost see Iroh's dick in these episodes.
Yeah,
I remember
I've twice. There's just a lot of Iroh dick.
Iroh hangs dong in front of Prince Zuko at one point.
Yeah,
he's like, "Put some pants on, Uncle, for fuck's sake."
Honestly, here's an interesting thing about this show. The guy who plays Zuko, I think he was like 14 or 15 or something like that whenever he did this back in the day.
And in the voice acting studio, it actually hung dong, so it felt real.
No, so I thought he sounded like he was trying to sound like he's old. Like he's doing a voice where he's like, I'm actually 15, but I'm trying to sound older. But he voice acts a character in Korra whenever he's like 27. He sounds the exact same.
Do you want me to blow your fucking mind right now?
I want you to blow something.
The guy who voice acts Zuko in Avatar: The Last Bender is fucking Rufio from Hook.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's Rufio.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I had no idea.
Rufio. Oh my god, he did a ton of Nickelodeon like animated work stuff. So I think that's it. But yeah, he was in Hook. He was Rufio.
He was hooking.
God, man, that movie was such a fucking hit for John. I was 6 when that came out, so it was like the perfect movie for a 6-year-old to watch, because there's like cool like swashbuckling, and then Rufio dies. Spoilers, sorry.
Oh, come on!
It's stabbed.
I was gonna watch that.
Violent when I was a kid, because he like dies, and he like spits out blood, and you're like, oh my god, Rufio.
Rufio.
Isn't that weird that Rufio like fucking gets murdered in a children's movie?
Yeah.
Speaking of Avatar, body count in the entire series, I think maybe 1.
Well, I know, and I was telling you,
1
there
or 2 or
is
3.
one character I think in like the last season, where it's like he gets injured and is like, "Is he gonna make it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll make it." And then someone's like, "He's probably not gonna make it." And then they leave, and then he never shows up again.
There's definitely a lot of people that probably died. Like,
yeah, like there's a lot of people that probably die off.
There's a lot of people that drown in Avatar.
Well, yeah, in the previous episode, he throws a guy who says, "I can't swim," into the middle of the ocean. So he's probably dead. They killed George Takei. So anyway, the forest. So this is a big deal, especially in the sequel series, Korra, with the spirit world and the connection that the Avatar has with the spirit world and the. They actually, I think he specifically says that the Avatar is able to walk between worlds.
He's the bridge between.
He's the bridge. Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
he's the daywalker.
Which is actually one of the things. The reason I think I like Korra so much is I love the spirit world stuff that they do in that. And the kind of the idea is it's very traditional to like, you know, Eastern not Eastern historical, but like Eastern mythology.
Yeah,
where certain like, you know, rivers have a spirit or forests have their own spirit that protects them and things, you know, that you'll see all throughout. Like
it's also got that thing like that's in Eastern cultures where the spirit isn't just like a ghost, it's a big fucking weird 6-headed monster thing.
Yeah, well, or like, you know, it's somewhat representative, and you see at the end of this 2-part series when he's able to. Which I thought, actually, when I saw the ending, I was like, really? That's it? He just had to say, hey, man, forests grow back. And the spirit's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. And they're like, leave. Like, what?
I am the spirit of this forest and have been for all eternity. And I just happened to slip my mind that they grow back.
I mean, I think part of it maybe just was the spirit was angry, and then he just needed someone to talk to him and say, hey, dude, calm down. And then he did.
He just needed somebody to give him a Snickers.
He really got tilted about, like,
he was super tilted, bro. They burned down the forest. They got tilted. But then he turns into like a panda creature, and then like walks off, and then like forest sprouts underneath him. So it's like, why didn't you just do that from the start?
Well, that was kind of more of a spiritual force, because all those people that he took were in the spirit realm, and that kind of brought them.
He pooped them out.
Yeah, with the bamboo. He made a bamboo butthole and pooped them all out. Right, his bussy.
Bamboo bussy.
His bambussy.
Well, we do know that Sokka, who was trapped there, had to pee very badly afterwards.
Yes.
So we don't know what happened, but we do know that his bladder continued to accumulate while he was there. So we've learned a little bit. But anyway, it's a 2-parter. I think it's a pretty interesting series, but he learns from that he needs to go to the Fire Island to
the Fire Festival.
Go to the Fire Festival because the previous
be on the
Avatar, who is a firebender named Roku, I watched this episode on my Roku.
Yes.
And there was many a Roku joke coming out of my face.
I was many a Roku joke made by my wife when we watched this.
My wife.
But he's got to go see that. And there's a couple things in the early part of this season that are weird. It's like, all right, let's just make it a ridiculous like time pressure for no reason that he can only talk to the Avatar Roku when it's the winter solstice. Even though definitely knowing later in the series that is not a thing that any other Avatar past holds himself to one time out of the year, one day out of the year.
I think what they were going for, and then like later kind of threw into the garbage because it wasn't as it was more annoying to write scripts around, was that like Roku was a firebender, and firebenders like basically draw their power from the sun. And the solstice has makes the sun is in a certain part of the sky, so like it's like the power of firebending is what allows like Aang, who is not like a like spirit walker person yet, to contact Roku by using like that spiritual energy or whatever. And then that later they were pretty much just like, that was kind of annoying to have a whole episode just to talk to Roku. So
well,
it was like it was a heist episode though, which was rare.
But they even get to it when he was talking to Roku, because Roku says eventually you know he's Aang is like well, what if I have more questions for you? Well, once that time comes, you will find a way to contact me. And that was Roku's way of basically saying, you'll find a way to tune into your own spirit and be able to contact your past lives.
Hit
eventually.
me up on WhatsApp.
Yeah. You guys remember Foursquare?
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
vaguely.
I was the mayor of that Chipotle.
I think I learned about that in history class.
Fucking A. All right, so the second part of that, they're racing off to go to the island to meet Avatar Roku. And there's a big blockade of firebender ships who I think is implied that they're shooting piles of poop at them that are on fire.
Yes.
Because
that is implied.
Iroh's like, could you have shoot something less fragrant? And I'm like, are they shooting big balls of shit? I'm assuming it was like tar, but it wasn't made clear. And I was like,
whatever flammable oil was on the pile of flammable stuff was probably the icky stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what
it was. Bussy oil. The
cold pressed bussy oil
stands for bussy. Cold
Is
pressed
poop flammable? Let's get an experiment out here. Can somebody go
poop
take a
is
take a dump and then
flammable
put a
if
lighter
you
on
have
it?
to dry it out first.
Got it. Because it's too wet.
Yeah.
Because you can water bend poop.
Yeah.
Because there's water in it.
You could do an earthbender and a waterbender could do tug of war with poop and just pull the two
But you
parts
probably
apart.
couldn't waterbend.
I saw that video on Something Awful.
You probably couldn't waterbend poop, dehydrated poop, because it would clog the bussy.
Yeah. That's true.
Thank you for the reference to before we had the audio recording working. So we're going to get that. So Ong is like, I gotta learn my avatar powers, and then they do like a little heist thing to get in, which was pretty neat. And then he talks to him, and this is where you kind of learn the entire stakes of the entire series.
And this is the timeline. You've got basically until summer when this comet comes. And
Sozin's comet returns, and
then you have
it's actually like Game of Thrones totally ripped this off.
You have to put on these Nikes or Reeboks or something, and then eat this poison applesauce and put the purple shroud over yourself, and then we'll go behind the comet. I'm describing Heaven's Gate.
Okay, thank you, because I had no clue what the hell you're talking about.
Having knowledge of the second season, they don't know exactly which day in the summer.
Yeah.
They will eventually.
Yes, but they know that they have to like stop the Fire Nation before, or not even the Fire Nation. This is something we'll get into later, but it's specifically in a couple episodes. But yes, he wants to stop the Fire Lord, who is starting it. But you even already and this is this is one of the reasons why I like Avatar so much, is that it is so the opposite of black and white when it comes to like children's shows, where they're like, hey, these are the bad guys, these are the good guys, and it's not that, though, because you even see in the firebenders here, of the sages, there's one sage who's like, hey, I don't believe in all this fucking bullshit that the Fire Lord's having us do, and you're the Avatar, so you should probably be able to do the thing that Avatars have done for thousands of years.
Yep.
And so you kind of see a little bit of that. We see a little bit more in the last episode of this 10 that or the 5 that we watched this week. Yeah, I just thought that this is a good episode, and you also learn about Zuko, and that he was banished from the Fire Nation to the point where everyone's like, you probably shouldn't go back there because you'll be arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas I think previously you may have thought, oh, he's just like, his like dad was like, go find the Avatar, I don't want you around. It's like, no, he was banished. Like, he is not allowed to go home. And I think we'll learn a lot more about that as we go on. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. Any other thoughts in this episode before we move on to the final 2?
Oh, why would you build a temple like above a freaking volcano? Because
it's a cool set piece, is what he was thinking.
They do use a little bit of what we don't know is called the Avatar state, where Aang is tapping into the previous Avatar's power, but specifically, Roku is willingly giving him his form to firebend and destroy the temple.
Yeah, just to fucking nuke shit.
Cool. Yeah.
Aang does that like a few more times where like he'll be like, where he'll be like, hey, I want to use your form for whatever reason, and never really does anything with it, and then Korra never does. So, like, that was just a weird, like, this episode is the most you see of like, I'm taking the form of a past Avatar or whatever.
That's true. It really is something that they didn't. I mean, that's, I think, something throughout this show that we'll see, is that I think the first season's a lot different than the later seasons in tone. And I mean,
this is still a Nicktoon at this point.
Yeah, it was a little bit before they really started being like, actually, let's make like a really deep like show with the lore and world building and stuff. You still have some of that, and it's still well done, but it hasn't evolved yet. But we get to even see some of that this season. So let's go to the next episode where there's the waterbending scroll with the pirates.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Love the pirates.
Yar har fiddly.
Yeah. I was saying I want to see a whole series about the pirates. Like, you're in this world where there's fucking magicians and wizards, and you have is your just like creativity and some pirates. Ropes and guns.
We get that quite a bit in Korra, actually.
Oh, nice.
That's I was about to say that's the biggest aspect of Korra that I like as well. We get to a reprisal of the Cabbage Merchant in this episode.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite running jokes the entire show. It happened in the Earth Kingdom episode, but is the cabbage cart vendor who is the Earth Kingdom cabbage vendor who is constantly having his cabbage destroyed by chase sequences.
And there's another one in the next one.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about, yeah.
It happens a lot in Avatar.
Mm-hmm. And so it's a really fun running joke. It's kind of one of the things that makes this show so good, is that it just has that attention to detail.
My cabbages!
And having recurring gags and that really reward you for being a fan. This show is just so well put together. But yeah, so they are like, so this is like a not like a non-story episode, but it's a little bit of lull before they're moving on. Because they're like, hey, we need money for food and oh shit, no, wait, what was the reference? It was the one when he saved the villagers from the Earth Spirit in the previous, the Force Spirit, and when they're like, "Hey, how can you help us?" And Sokka's like, "You could just give us supplies." And that was a meme that happened because of the coronavirus, where everyone was like, "Oh, essential workers are so good," and then it was just like, you could just give us things that we need. That would be good, instead of just saying thanks. Be helpful.
Although that village during that Spirit episode, they did give them money and supplies.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. But, exactly.
But it was the beginning of this Waterbender Scroll episode.
Yes, they were running out. Or no, yes.
No.
Aang.
Katara was starting to teach Aang a little bit of waterbending.
Yep.
See, now you're making me do this, and I hate it. Katara was teaching Aang. There we go.
Angly.
That's better. Aangly. Katara was teaching Aang Lee a little bit of the waterbending she knows, and he was picking up a lot faster than she was, and she was getting a little bit
he's just
jealous.
naturally good. She was getting tilted, if you will.
She got tilted. She got so tilted.
She was so tilted, she was dropping at Tilted Towers. What up, boy?
She's gonna take that tilt and turn it into simp later this episode.
Oh God! Wait, this episode?
Oh, sorry.
Next
episode.
episodes? Yeah.
Are we at 9 or are we at 10?
We're at 9. This is the episode in which the waterbending scroll they steal from the pirates, and then Zuko is like, "Hey, pirates, help me get the Avatar, and I'll get your scroll back."
But anyway, one of Aang's attempts for waterbending created so much of a splash that messes Sokka up, because of course everything magic messes Sokka up.
Yeah, Sokka always gets the short end.
Washes all their supplies down the river.
Yeah.
And they have like very little cash. So they go into town, get some basics, and they only have 3 copper pieces left. And Aang's like, no, we only have 2, because I had to get this bison whistle.
Yeah.
They
should have really just done some like street performing. I mean, you can do magic. You can earn money.
He's the only airbender in the world. You think he couldn't make some buck panhandling?
But the idea was that they're trying to lay low a little bit, because if they find out there's the one airbender left, they're like, hey, the Avatar's here. But anyway, there's not a lot that happens in this episode. There's just a couple fun chases, some cool fight scenes.
My cabbages!
And the cabbages get destroyed. But I think we need to move on to the next episode, because that's the episode I think that the show, and that maybe like starts to turn a corner with the narrative. It's not so simple.
Yep.
Because it starts off with some simping from Katara.
Yep.
Because she is fucking horny for Jet.
Yes.
Who is a handsome, roguish, I guess, earthbending nation citizen.
He's a real Dennis Reynolds type.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, we're freedom fighters, and the Fire Nation have like taken over this part of the country, and we're taking them out. We're like the rebels. It's like Star Wars, you know? It
feels very Robin Hood and his Merry Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we're
almost a straight parallel.
And they end up rescuing Team Avatar because they Sokka's like, hey, we need to move by foot instead of flying around on this giant like bison that everyone can see and they can follow us. And so, but then they get attacked by earthbenders or firebenders because they stumble upon a camp, and then like, hey, actually, they get rescued by the Jet and his band of merry men.
Yeah, because they were stalking the firebenders all day and were just looking for a distraction before they attacked.
Who is y'all's favorite member of Jet's gang?
Pipsqueak.
Isn't there like a guy named like Stank Monkey or something?
Smellerbee.
That's it. Yeah, I don't even know why. I just like that name, Smellerbee.
My favorite is the Duke, because like he's very like, you can't call me Duke. It's like a Tribe Called West. You say the whole thing every time. Like, I am the Duke. And later in the series, you get to see him without his helmet. You might have seen him without his helmet in that one. I don't know. Yeah. But you see him without his helmet. His design reminds me a lot of Wirt from Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah, he's like a little kid. But the idea is that it's like all these like, it's actually reminiscent of the situation in the movie Hook, where it's a band of young, kids that are all like doing their own thing with their charismatic leader, who in this case is not what's his name,
Zuko.
Rufio, but it is Jet.
It's just another fun child soldier story. There's so many of them.
But that's kind of where this show kind of gets a little bit into the depth of how good the show is, because like Jet is like, oh, my family was killed by the Fire Nation. All these other kids are kind of orphans as well because their family or village was destroyed by the Fire Nation. So
and he's super manipulative, because like every time anyone questions him, he's like, think of your dead mom. Think of what they did.
Or he'll lie straight up. I'm just like, no, it's cool. Like, we're good. And that's not what he said. And we found this gun on this guy that we beat up, even though it didn't.
We sprinkled a little crack on him and then came.
Yeah. So he's, Katara takes a liking to him because he's a very handsome man. He's very dashing and fighting the Fire Nation. That's cool to her.
And because of the implication.
Yeah, the implication. When you're up on those trees, like they know they can't get away. So the implication, anyway.
The theme of this episode was definitely leadership, because they were definitely disputing, the way Sokka.
Who's the leader of their squad? And Sokka was talking about he should lead, and Katara rightly says, why does it always have to be a guy saying that they should lead and everything? And but then immediately she simps for a guy who says he should lead. But I mean, it's kind of the point is that she learns their lesson at the end of this, because
that men should always be in charge. Yes.
Yeah. No. So Jet is like, hey, we're gonna go on a patrol, because he's like, Sokka, join us on our patrol. That'd be cool, because that's how I can win you over. And then they just see this old man who's like, firebending nation guy, and he's with a cane, and then they just beat the shit out of him. And they're like, we got that Fire Nation guy. And
I got his wallet.
They're like, maybe we should have like not beat up just citizens. And he actually uses that civilians kind of thing. And whereas
didn't he take Sokka with him, and Sokka got pissed off about it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And then Sokka was like,
gonna kill him too.
Yeah, and then Sokka's like, no, and the guy gets away, and and then he comes back and he's like, hey, these guys are kind of like bad, and Jet is kind of very much that ends justify the means type guy.
He's very into the whole total war vibe.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you can sympathize for him a bit. Obviously, his entire family was killed by the Fire Nation.
But thing was,
who cares if their family's also die?
Sokka comes back and tells Katara that, but she's so fucking wet she can't even waterbend her way out of her simping for that guy.
I mean, really, she's just like, nah. And then then Aang is just up for like having fun. He's just like, these guys seem fun, and they dance around, and this is great.
What to say? Jet has the freaking best weapon in the show.
Oh yeah, the
fucking
sword with the hooks.
The hook claws.
The same ones that the Mortal Kombat guy uses.
Yeah.
Cabal.
Yeah. Where he like grabs swords and
those are great for disarming. It's just gone.
Yeah.
And then you can also hook them to each other and kind of whip them almost like nunchucks.
Nice.
And so we have multiple times where he's doing all this shit that's a little shady, and Katara's not really listening to him, and Sokka's like, he's a bad guy actually. And then he's like, all right, we want you guys to fill up this reservoir because the Fire Nations are going to set fire to this forest, and we got to stop them. So I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, we saw a forest that was the Fire Nation had destroyed previously in a previous episode. So you're like, okay. And then they go fill it up. But you know that he's actually going to just flood the entire valley, which a village of Fire Nation, I guess, occupied.
Guess what? The voice actor for Jet voices Daisuke Nojo Bito in The World Ends With You, and reprised his role in Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance.
God damn it! Kingdom Hearts fucking reference.
It's Beat.
I know it's Beat, but it doesn't list it as Beat, so I wanted to read verbatim what Wikipedia said.
Yeah, but he screams every time you call him that. Ah!
Oh, Jet shows up again, huh?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. All right, we'll get to that in the later season.
We'll see him later.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of like a really interesting situation where you have this, are we the bad guys? Who are the bad guys? Kind of that the series really gets into.
And more importantly, you get to a point where Jet's crew actually succeeds in their blowing up the reservoir.
Yeah. You're like, destroy the fuck out of that town.
Fuck. Well, did we fail? What the hell?
Yeah.
You're like, surely Sokka will fucking get it at the last minute. And nope.
Sokka will save. Oh, nope.
The town's gone. Oh, cool.
Yeah. But it did turn out that Sokka was able to evacuate the town.
Yeah.
And
because he had a good reference.
Man. Yeah.
So the voice actor for Jet has tweeted 5 times in his life. Last time was on April 17th, 2010. So he has gone over a decade without Twitter. He must be living a fucking blessed life. Or he's dead.
I hope
really
so.
know.
Yeah, he very well could be dead.
I mean, he was in Dream Drop Distance, so he can't have died that. I don't know.
Well, his last film credit was 2013.
So because I clicked on Twitter, I now get to see what's happening in the trending box.
Oh,
Flat Earthers.
good.
Flat Earthers is trending.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought. What would be trending today
You know
is.
why Flat Earthers is trending? It's the fucking rocket.
Yeah.
It's Elon Musk's dick being launched into space.
Yeah, but I'd ride that dick into space.
God damn it. Stop simping on Elon Musk.
I'm not simping on Elon Musk. I'm simping on space in general.
Oh, did the launch happen?
It's supposed to be at 11 today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the live launch thing, and I didn't know if they did launch.
Yep.
Successfully, like 19 minutes ago. I was gonna say we should probably follow it while we're on here, but that's exciting that it actually
we
works.
podcasted in the middle of a much more important world event.
This is the very first private company space launch, correct?
Yeah, and I kind of wish that it blown up, except for I didn't want the cool astronauts to die.
I know, that's the problem. Like any unmanned Elon Musk ship would be cool if it blew up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure yesterday
it did happen.
Thing exploded.
Yes. The rocket, they were doing a different rocket module that they're still developing. Sat there on the thing, and it did its burn correctly, and then like a minute later, it just exploded.
Just like go on YouTube and look for the compilations of SpaceX explosions. It's fucking chef's kiss.
Wow, this is exciting. I mean, it's cool. As a space nerd, as much as I hate the owner of SpaceX, I do appreciate the awesome technology that they're creating.
Just imagine how many people could like have houses and food for a decade at the cost of one of those explosions. It's fucking infuriating.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have rockets.
Well, yeah, that's the problem.
We have had rockets for 70 years.
But you wouldn't have reusable rockets.
Spanky, I mean, I appreciate some of your argument, but also the space program in NASA and the things that they invent and develop are important, though. I mean, they created like all sorts of various
astronaut ice cream
compounds and things. We wouldn't have astronaut ice cream.
I like NASA. What I'm saying is it's like, whoa, what if I made a private company that spent enough money to house everyone in the United States for 10 years and just blowed a bunch of shit up because I'm trying to sell my stuff to NASA instead of like actually having, it's infuriating.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the private industry is also creating those things as well. I mean, for the technology used in those rockets, they're developing things. I mean, it just sucks that it can't be something that our Jet Propulsion Laboratory and NASA, can't do on its own. But it's clear our government doesn't give a shit about spending money on NASA and rather spend money on other things.
Space Force.
Yeah, but we're not going to fund it.
There's a show on Netflix with Steve Carell called Space Force.
Yeah, just launched.
And, well, I mean, I thought about watching it, but then I remembered I don't like Steve Carell and can't imagine it being that good.
I've heard it's not that great.
God, man, SpaceX does some fucking cool shit. Like the fact that they have this rocket that went off and they shoot, those booster rockets. And there's video here of the rocket booster landing. That's so cool. Like that they're not wasting that and they can reuse these rockets, not like before when they would just jettison off and sink into the ocean. So I don't know. That's just cool. I love space and I'm really glad things worked out for them. And I hope Elon Musk goes to jail for the crimes that he's committed. So I can like both at the same time. But speaking of jets, let's finish this episode. They kind of learned their lesson of, hey, actually, not everyone who is fighting the Fire Nation is also good. Like there's different colors of moral compasses happening here. So I really like that about the show, and that's a huge theme throughout the rest of the show, because there's basically this huge war happening between the Earth Nation and the Fire Nation, like the two largest nations. in the kingdom. The water tribes are much more scattered, and they don't involve themselves in these big wars as much. But so you see the Earth Nation, the Fire Nation fighting, and it's like, there's problems. War sucks. It doesn't matter. There's no good guy or bad guy. The bad part is the war itself. Is kind of what you learn in the show. So I like that a lot.
I'm watching a bird.
I do like the what is it? Sokka has a really cool point where Jet, is saying like, "Hey, you've ruined a chance for these people to be free from the Fire Nation." And Sokka says, "Well, no one would be alive to appreciate that freedom. Like at what cost?"
Right.
So I do like that episode a lot. I'd forgotten how good that was and cool, and man, the show's so good. And I'm looking forward to the next set episodes we got coming up because it's fucking good as shit. That's all.
Was that the last episode?
It was
in this block. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Good. I was afraid I forgot something. So what else has everybody been up to? I've been playing a lot of Rocksmith.
Can you explain what rocksmith is?
Rocksmith is, I guess it originally came out in 2012, but then was remastered in 2014. It's a game where you plug your guitar into your computer, and it just uses like pitch and volume sensing to like basically do Guitar Hero shit with a real guitar. But there's also a bunch of arcade games where you're just playing like Mavis Speak and Learn How to Type style games, but with a guitar, and I fucking love it. It's great.
Do you know Mavis Beacon doesn't exist? She's made up.
Oh no.
I would agree. I've heard a lot of people say this is one of the coolest ways to learn how to play guitar.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to stream it, because I think if I was just learning songs and it was just like a stream of me practicing, that would be really unfun to watch. And I'm not sure how entertaining the arcade games are to watch. So I think I have to get good enough to the point where it's just like I'm doing karaoke before I stream it.
Have you watched Twitch streams?
In general,
you're describing a lot of Twitch streams.
Yeah. Do they get viewers?
Yeah, I think so.
But one thing I did notice, the last time I checked, there was like 5 people streaming it. So I was like, they always say find a category that you can dominate. And I could be the rocksmith guy on Twitch.
Or you could just be any male character in Avatar: The Last Airbender and dominate Tara.
Yeah. I'm uncomfortable with that comparison, but yes.
She gets old eventually.
Yeah, it's true. You do see her age. So Rocksmith, I think my brother played this, so I guess he had like the PS. Yeah, they had a 360 version.
They made it for consoles, 360, PS3, and then the remastered version on PS4 and Xbox One as well.
They have
the fact
they have
that
an
on PC is awesome though.
Yeah, so on PC I can just plug into my audio interface, but they also have this like special guitar cord that's like an adapter from your quarter inch to an Xbox controller.
I was seeing the picture of this,
and then there's a dongle to get that into USB.
Oh, there's a cable here.
Pro cable.
It comes with the PC version if you buy it on Amazon. The cable is literally just a like 3/4 inch audio male plug into a USB. It looks wild.
but you can disconnect, at least on mine, you can disconnect the USB part, and it's like an Xbox controller port.
Oh, okay, got it. Because looking at the picture here, it just was like, wow, that cable looks so rad, because it's just
Xbox controller
guitar to USB.
You're talking about a breakaway cable then.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, either way, it's a cool concept. I actually think it would be really fun to play some Guitar Hero on PC, because I like those games.
Yeah, I want
and
like an online multiplayer Guitar Hero. Like, correct. How cool would that be?
Could I play Guitar Hero on my PC because I have the Xbox 360 wireless adapter thing for controllers. Would that connect to my
Yes.
wireless
Yeah.
guitar?
If you've got a wireless guitar, but hang on. Did that use a dongle though?
No, not the 360 ones. No.
The Wii one used a dongle.
Yeah.
No. Well, Wii one for Rock Band did, but the Guitar Hero you actually.
But would I even be able to play anything
Wii remote
online?
right into the guitar.
Oh yeah, because there's like that open source Guitar Hero game.
Clone Hero, yeah.
Yeah, Clone Hero. I should try that.
I should try that too.
Because I could just go downstairs and grab
We
one of
watched
my.
a Clone Hero stream.
That's what I'm remembering now, TJ. Come on, my brain doesn't work fast. All right, give me a break.
Then when my fingies hurt from pressing down strings, I can just switch to playing Clone Hero.
That sounds fun. But I'm seeing like a bunch of the old Guitar Heroes actually released on PC.
Oh, I was going to say
3.
the other thing about Rocksmith, that's what it's called. Is when you're learning the songs, you're actually learning how to play the songs. It's not like Guitar Hero bullshit. Like,
yeah,
when you get 100% on a song, you actually know how to play the song for real.
Yep.
God, dude. I mean, I wish I had a wired one. I'm reading an article here that says if you have the wired Xbox Guitar Hero controller,
dude, I got a shitload of Guitar Hero things.
It would connect into the USB port.
I can give you a wired Guitar Hero controller,
and it just you can just connect it up to the PC.
Yeah. So I have plans to like make a bunch of MIDI controllers and stuff out of Guitar Hero controllers. So in the before times, I was just going to thrift stores and buying up a shitload of them. So if you want a wired Guitar Hero controller, I probably have the right one in my closet.
No, I'm reading a Reddit thread where they talk about this. They said if you have that Xbox 360 controller dongle that hooks up to your PC, you just turn on an Xbox Guitar Hero controller and it'll just sync right up because it thinks it's a controller.
Yeah.
And so if you play games like Clone Hero, it'll just work.
Like the Guitar Hero controllers I opened up, like I remember this specifically with PlayStation 1. You open it up and inside the wiring diagram there's like little X, square, and circle for like because it's literally just the neck buttons correspond to actual controller buttons. Which now I think about it, you could just play with a regular controller too, and that would be fucking weird.
Well, there's that Dark Souls guy who played with all the there's one guy who like beat Dark Souls 2 with like every single possible stupid controller, like just dance pads or just voice commands or just DK bongos.
Nice.
Yeah, I got
voice commands would drive me crazy.
I got Guitar Hero Aerosmith.
I have that guitar.
I have that guitar as well because Guitar Hero Aerosmith, for some reason, they put out a fucking guitar bundle for that game and nobody bought it, so it was super cheap. And I was like, well, I can have another guitar for my Rock Band setup. So now I have 2 guitars, the microphone and the thing. And I was like, and I mean, like, and the Aerosmith Guitar Hero guitar looks really cool. It's got a cool rad design on it. It's actually got that faceplate you can take on and off.
It's got that Les Paul shape.
Yep, it looks good. And it works good as a controller. So I'm actually going to bring that upstairs after we're done with this and fiddle around with it and see if I can play Clone Hero because I love Guitar Hero and maybe I can stream that and people will watch that. But I always think that people watching like rhythm games is a weird thing to watch because you're just basically, if you're perfectly playing it, it's just someone just playing a song.
Yeah,
and you're just watching it. It's like, okay, like
that's what one thing I've noticed just playing this, like if I'm focused on trying to play it right, I'm not talking, and like
exactly,
it would just be me like silently staring into the camera.
Well, I mean, and that's when you watch that Clone Hero stream from AGDQ this last like January. The guy who's doing it is not talking, and they have like the couch behind him explaining all the stuff he's doing because he's just like furiously guitaring.
Is Twitch like good about not giving like content ID strikes or whatever?
For live, they'll mute audio for the VOD.
Strike. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, and so if they detect copyrighted audio on a VOD, they'll just mute the audio for it, which is annoying.
Like that section.
Because if you're playing like something like Grand Theft Auto 5 and you have the radio on,
I just realized something. Matt's pre-roll music won't get the VOD muted because we were all muted before.
I didn't have pre-roll music on this time.
You didn't have pre-roll music.
You played
tonight,
some pre-roll music.
What I was saying is that Matt just needs to get some fucking pre-roll music that won't get copyright stroke. Copyright stroke.
No, I think
stroke.
I think the solution for that is just trim the YouTube video before they can copyright flag it.
Yeah.
Just cut all that out.
Actually, I think YouTube will even let you replace the audio that's copyrighted and just put other audio.
Oh man, do you guys remember when YouTube was like, this was in like 08 or 09 when YouTube was like, and this was at their very earliest like content ID, so like it would only catch like the actual song and not like any filtered or sped up version of the song.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's copyrighted music, but you can put like 001 sound system trance or 01 trance sound system or whatever it was in that, and that was the theme song to YouTube, the national anthem of YouTube. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
All right, fuck.
But do you remember when you used to download music on like fucking was it LimeWire, and it would be like Limp Bizkit's like Freak on a Leash, it was like horribly misattributed music.
Yeah.
It would be like
I still remember
John.
I downloaded for the longest time I thought Dream On was by Led Zeppelin because that's what the file I got was called.
I know. I love that.
And it's like it doesn't sound like any other fucking Aerosmith song.
But do you do you think that like anyone was like that was people were like trying to purposely fuck with people, or they were trying to like bypass copyright infringement problems?
I don't know. I think people are just dumb.
Yeah, people were dumb. Do you guys remember that song? It was always attributed to System of a Down, but it was like Link, he come to town, he come to say, and like it was always on LimeWire and shit as Napster, as like as
by
like
the
System
way,
of a Down. Tell the song, it is not System of a Down.
That is one of my favorite things that ever happened with downloading like torrents or things. Was I forget exactly what show was trying to be downloaded. I didn't do this, but I heard this story from someone else who did this.
Yeah.
And they, it was like the episode title, everything in the video, and then the video played, and it was this like German Thomas the Tank Engine show for like an hour. I was like, "Oh, you fucking got me!" Like somebody obviously put that up as the torrent ID. Oh, that was a good gag. I was mad though because I didn't get to see the thing I wanted to see.
The internet was way
Sharon.
better when we were younger.
Okay, now this part of the video will get copyright ID.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, because that is one of the songs that like you're allowed to use for that kind of shit.
Really? Is this just one of those that auto plays over? That's kind of cool.
So this was like, all right. So this was uploaded in 2009, and like back in that time, YouTube was like, hey, we know that you're using like copyrighted music. Here's like a list of people who have allowed like ad hoc you can use this music in a YouTube video, and this was the one that everyone used in any video because the name of the band is 009 sounds
fucking first.
so at the very fucking top.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Let that be a lesson to anyone that's trying to name a band right now.
Yeah.
We're the awesome errands.
I know if you've ever gone to a museum and seen a physical phone book, it's full of like AAA plumbing and stuff because it's all just right up in there.
So you can be the first one listed under the plumbing section.
.000.
Because if you're looking for a plumber, you're not going to fucking comparison shop. You're just whatever the first one's fine.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, what comparison shopping do you do with a plumber?
Like the plumbers here are all like all hours plumbing, A&A plumbing. Like it's always starts with the letter A.
Yeah.
Like no one's like fucking ZZ Top plumbers.
Aaron's A1 plumbing. ZZ Top plumbers.
So I just searched national anthem of YouTube, and the first thing came up is that song, Sound System. 009 Sound System Dreamscape is what it's called.
I wonder what that band's up to now.
What else do we
You know
got
what?
going
I'm
on?
going to do a deep dive on 009 sound
Okay,
system.
do that. And then TJ, what's up?
What else do we got going on? I mean, all I did was play Persona 5 Royal. I quit my job. Well, I had my last day at my job. I already quit my job a few weeks ago, but
Yeah.
So,
now you're just living on the road, just your car, your dog, and a dream.
No, I killed the dog. I was hungry.
Hot dog.
You guys remember when Mitt Romney put a dog on the roof of his car?
Yeah.
Man, that guy seems so fucking normal now.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here we go. A 009 sound system is a man from Gass, Kansas, named Alexander Pearls. As a consequence of YouTube introducing a system called Audio Swap in February 2007, which replaces audio copyrighted soundtracks with different Creative Commons licensed songs, and then it lists a whole bunch of them. They became widely popular in YouTube videos, and then because the artists were alphabetically sorted, 009 sound system songs were placed at the top of the Audio Swap list, leading to them to be chosen by a majority of users. So the music is definitely Creative Commons licensed. We will not get content ID.
Does it say anything about them ever being able to make money off of this fame, or are they just screwed?
Let's see here. In 2011, Track One Recordings opened a remix compilation of Dreamscape. So I'm guessing he probably got some royalty for that. Well, I mean, it's Creative Commons, so it's actually share alike, probably. So he wouldn't have to get anything for it. So he is now the CEO of Los Angeles software company EasyVid. Its eponymous flagship product, a freeware video maker for Windows, includes several of his songs. So let's look at EasyVid and see what he's doing now.
That seems like one of those applications that's just a big virus.
I mean, yeah, exactly. How is he fucking making money? Oh man, easyvid.com. Guys, I'm gonna fucking get on some bad virus website, and I'm using my Windows computer right now, so it's gonna tear me. Oh man, hell yeah! I love this application, y'all. I'm gonna do it.
Is easy spelled out, or is it 2 letters? Easy.
2 letters, of course.
Yep.
All right.
Take some screenshots.
I am going to put it on my screen share and just describe it for the listeners. No, easyvid.com, and this is their homepage. It's just 3 big images. One is EasyVid Wiki, which is a link to their wiki. The second one is EasyVid Wiki Maker, which allows anyone to make video for the EasyVid Wiki. And then the third link. So this is a website where their flagship product is called EasyVid, and the third thing listed is their flagship product. It is a full-featured video editor and screen recorder. Let's go ahead and click it and see what's going on here. Oh, they got a YouTube video.
Does it play his music?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's
hell yeah!
Thing on my screen. It's called EasyVid. I got it for free at easyvid.com.
I love this.
Fucking commercial. It. So this isn't a YouTube video. This is a YouTube pre-roll commercial.
Yeah.
And that's just the beginning.
So what's funny is, y'all, they just in this video they had a section. They had a section that was someone recording Notepad and typing into it, which is exactly the kind of bad YouTube content I would expect to be made with EasyVid.
That was the old school YouTube tutorials were done.
Yeah.
People didn't record their
because they were all done by 11-year-olds, and they didn't want to talk on their camera so people would think they were little babies for babies.
Yeah. You gotta do text to speech. That's how the real pros do it.
So that was 1 minute of that, and y'all, this is a Windows Vista screen recording of Barack Obama. This has got to be from 2010. It's got Barack Obama on there and the 2009 iTunes logo. Wow, that's crazy.
All right. So the next big cross-platform game we have to play is coming out in August.
Okay.
And that's the remaster of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Oh, we probably lost my voice in there.
Oh yeah.
Would we be able to play? Is that on Switch?
It's going to be Switch, PS4, iOS, and Android, all cross-platform.
Oh, nice. So you can play it on your phone.
Yes.
That's kind of
Online
cool.
or local.
I have a phone.
So,
GBA one?
Well, I'm guessing if you play it on the phone, it'll feel like the GBA.
Oh no, I was asking if it's a remake of the GBA one.
yeah.
They didn't make one for GBA.
It's the GameCube one you
using
played
GBA.
on a GBA.
Oh right, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why nobody played it.
Because it's
I still own it.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those games that's like, hey, let's play that. All right. Let's get my friend. I remember this. Lance will talk about this because he had a friend in high school who bought the GameCube version and then bought 4 Game Boy Advances and controllers because he's like, we can all play this together.
So
It's like, that is a very large expense for this.
Is this
game.
like a dungeon crawler? Like it looks like that arcade game that I can't remember the name of.
Gauntlet?
Gauntlet, yeah.
Very much so.
Okay.
A little different, though, because your magic spells are like picked up balls from the ground. And
Dude,
yeah,
I pick my
balls.
balls up every
Hey, balls!
Oh,
Balls aplenty. Balls.
Balls.
Matt, you got that cue. Yeah!
White balls.
Balls, premier balls. Balls.
Beast balls.
Balls. Balls.
Balls.
Balls. Balls.
Ball.
Balls aplenty.
Balls.
Ball.
Balls.
Balls. Balls.
Balls.
The ball tangent.
Do a preferential ball treatment. Balls. Which ball? Balls.
Balls. Ball shift balls.
Hey, y'all remember when Pokemon Go was brand new? And people
Balls
were
aplenty.
outside and communicating and
I think my favorite is the preferential ball treatment. And I like that.
But anyway, to cast better spells, each of you has to do a ring with your balls.
all right.
And the rings have to overlap and you have to time it. So like if I want to do a blizzard spell but we want to do a more powerful one, both of us will do blizzard, we'll do our ring in the same spot and then let go of the button at the same time.
Yeah. Can I be some kind of wizard that draws his power from like the shadow and is not as powerful as all the other wizards and everybody thinks that he's supposed to heal?
There are no classes in the game.
Okay.
Oh,
This game has
it's
no
not
class.
it's not classist.
There are professions though.
Hmm.
I remember that. And technically you're not the profession, it's your family at home. So like
Okay, so you come from like a house
blacksmiths.
of blacksmiths or something?
Well, just a mom and a dad that are blacksmiths, and then you can like go back to them or tell them to make something. As long as you like send them back a thing. But like, let's say
That's what I do with my
want to-
parents. My mom's
Like,
a pie
if you-
smith.
If you want to get some like clothes, you can either just go to the local tailor, which would suck, or hopefully one of your buddies has a tailoring family. Tim the Toolman tailoring family.
Do we know how much this is going to cost?
No, they haven't posted the price.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
alone,
not
I
saying.
don't know if it's going to be different on iOS, Android. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
because
the
like
same
if
game.
it's on iOS and Android, it's not going to be $60.
I'm guessing it's probably going to be like 30 to 40.
Mm.
That would make sense for how old the game this is. Let alone the GameCube version of this game probably costs $90 to get now.
And then you have to find all those Game Boy Advances.
I've got one and 2 link cables.
All right, we're
I've
going to
got
do
my Game Boy Advance right here. One I brag about it all the time, and no one ever gives a shit. It's the AGS 101 model. Fucking, I'm over here bragging about and holding up my Game Boy Advance, and TJ's showing off his bottle of listerine
And generic Pepto.
and generic Pepto.
make yourself a cocktail.
I know.
Dude. Same.
Get a stew going. This is our weekly check-in for Brickseek of Nintendo Switches. They still don't exist.
Oh,
I don't know. I just saw a picture that just said local woman delivers miracle as she gives birth to a Nintendo Switch.
Now,
Yeah, I saw-
was it coming out of her vagine?
Well, it was already born, so it was already wrapped up in the blanket.
We saw
That's
different
interesting.
videos then.
I saw a Kotaku article. The writer talked about how they were, newly hired at Kotaku, and they did not have a Switch at their house to play on, so they were like desperate to find one, and they didn't want a Switch Lite. They wanted like the regular one, and they were using the same shit. Couldn't find one online that wasn't like $500, and she was like going in to buy shit at Walmart, and just happened to walk by the electronics section. There were just 4 Nintendo Switches sitting in the box. And she went over to get the associate, and there's already a couple other people. And this one lady, who I'm going to call Karen, bought 2.
That
bitch
Karen Baskin
wanted to sell those online, I'm sure. And then another guy got one. She got the last one. So she was like just randomly. So that's what I'm saying.
I found one at a Target that's 216 miles away.
The video game, like, I think Nintendo said this, and it's actually the same for Xbox. I kind of want an Xbox One. TJ has an animal approaching him in his video right now.
Yeah. Why is TJ just in a parking lot somewhere?
Because he's living on the road, man. He's untied, not tied down.
We talked about this, but then we got racist.
What is this?
Is that a duck?
It's just a bird.
Bird.
Oh, it's a bird. Get it some breadsticks or something.
I don't have any breadsticks.
Unlimited breadsticks.
I give it Reese's Puffs bar.
Yeah,
I don't know if it can
like
eat
that.
chocolate. I mean, they do eat cereals.
Yeah.
Honk the horn, make it run away.
No,
okay.
It's my friend.
All right, TJ's got a bird friend. Wait, what were we talking before the bird
Birds.
happened?
I don't remember Life
birds.
Before the Bird.
Nintendo Switch. I don't remember Life Before the Bird on TJ's video. Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's kind of difficult, but I was like thinking about getting maybe like an Xbox One because I don't have one.
I would wait until the Series X comes out because it's gonna be backwards compatible.
Yeah, you're right. I should just wait. But like, I was just, I mean, if like one was cheap, or you want for like $150 or something, I'm like, no, nowhere. And the new ones are still $250, and they have a bundle with like the what is it? NBA 2K20 is the only bundle I could find.
Yeah,
and
probably.
But it's just like crazy. Everything's sold out. I think you might be able to get a PS4.
Yeah, my GameStop just got 2 PS4s the other day. So,
on Amazon, PlayStation 4 Slim console. No, you can buy a used one for $400. Jesus,
it's crazy.
Who's buying one of these now? The worst thing is that like what I'm worrying about right now is that what if my PS4 dies?
Yeah, I think that's
fucked,
what people
basically.
are hoping for.
It's
So-
like, fuck, dude.
that does remind me. Every game that's coming up for PS4 they all have to get like Sony accreditation. Everyone that's getting the accreditation after July has to also be for PS5. They just announced that this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you want to not buy a game, of course, PS5 is also PS4 compatible, so you can get the PS4
Not
one.
completely.
No, but like it's not gonna play fucking like Thief or some shit like that. But for any game that really meant.
So this is
I did not like the PS4 Thief, but yeah, like pretty much all the main games are, unless you have like Dora the Explorer's Asshole Adventure like bootleg copy from PS3.
Don't knock Dora the Explorer's Asshole Adventure. I got that off of Pornhub.
Yeah.
So this is the problem I have with like the like console systems or I'm sorry, with Amazon, is that it's just their stock fucking sucks. It's terrible because it's mostly people just sniping shit and trying to resell it. So like I went on Target's website and I was like, oh, PlayStation 4. Oh yeah, they got a bunch of them at the Target that is close to me, and they'll ship it to you for the MSRP.
Nice.
But at Amazon, you can't get it, because it's only scalpers there. Basically, Amazon is basically now the scalping website.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can buy it.
So it is the scalping website for legitimate products, and eBay is the scalping website for knockoff products.
Then what's Alibaba?
That is just not good.
So
it's
funny. I've got a funny Amazon story
Okay.
for today. I decided to order some stuff off of Amazon, a lavalier mic amongst other things. But one of the things that I found out is that I don't have Amazon Prime. But
Matt, so I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
that's fine.
It might actually not be available in a few seconds. I just went to GameStop and did like location search, and it says they're free in-store pickup for a gray Switch with gray Joy-Cons at my local game. So I can go there and see if they have it if you want, but
no, but I will check near me too. But
anyway, yeah, go ahead, TJ. Sorry for interrupting you. It's just that it might actually go out of stock before you're finished.
No, I get you. So when you don't have Amazon Prime, they like to say, hey, 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime, you get free 2-day shipping on your stuff. With the bad things happening in the world right now, or I should say bad things happening in the U.S. right now, the free 2-day shipping, we are recording this on May 30th right now. Free 2-day shipping said to be guaranteed to me by June 10th.
Yeah.
Because of bad things.
There are like for a while there they were like prioritizing food and supplies and shit. So right at the beginning I ordered a USB cable with Prime and it took a month to get here.
Yeah. Well, 2 days ago it wasn't like that. This is the extreme bad things that are going on in the U.S. right now.
Oh, okay. All the protests and stuff.
Well, we all know the coronavirus just blew a 28-3 lead to racism.
Yes. But
that's what happens.
Oh god.
It's all the oh shit.
Nice fucking like Atlanta Falcons reference, by the way.
I stole that from somebody else online. That's not my own joke. It's a great joke though.
I mean, it's literally only relevant if you remember how fucking shitty of a lead blow that was at the Super Bowl 3 years ago.
Yep. It was insane. Anyway, let's move. I think we're done, huh? Do we got anything else we want to chat about?
That's it with me.
No,
I think anything else you want to chatterbait?
Chatterbait. But
Chatterbait.com.
I might have found
gray. Dude, we should live stream chatterbait.com.
Let me go on omegle.com.
No, but it's not. We don't like stream dirty things. We stream our podcast
on Chatterbait.
On Chatterbait.com.
Can we upload this to Pornhub?
I think so. They probably wouldn't content ID us and mute the VOD.
Nah. Dude, I've seen some of those videos. There's tons of copyrighted music going on in the background.
I haven't seen them, so I wouldn't know.
So anyway, I had a relationship, but I think we don't have time to talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is 3:43 in the afternoon.
I may have a relationship with a gray Nintendo Switch because there's one near me too.
Nice.
Go get it.
Check for the Animal Crossing ones too, because
oh my god, if you got an Animal Crossing one, I would fucking
I
would
like
murder you.
And then I can scalp the Animal Crossing game.
What I'm saying is, yeah, you could buy the Animal Crossing one because I think it's the same price. It's just limited stock, obviously, and then sell it for like $700, and then buy the gray one with that money and have.
Because the Animal Crossing Switch, I think, is selling for an assload amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool too.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to become.
Because it's the only Switch that comes with a custom dock.
Yeah, and
all the rest of them comes with the regular dock. And that one comes with a custom dock.
Dude, the Pokemon Let's Go one came with a custom dock.
Did it, or did it just have like decals on it?
Well,
Animal Crossing version is
not available. It says out of stock.
Not available.
Yeah, there's no way. Because they're going on eBay right now for $600.
Yeah, now we're shopping. We should end the podcast.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Going
to the 80s.net. You can get there by going to thesexnumber.com. That's thesexnumber.com. You can find us all. Well, you can find most of us on the hell website, twitter.com. Though, if it's still there, I'm at May84. Guys?
What's the difference between Neon Blue/Red and Neon Blue/Red version 2?
It's just the updated firmoreware. The batteries last longer.
Okay, so the gray one's version 2. No, the gray one's version 2, but the blue and red one is only version 1.
Yeah, of course. Get the gray one. You
No,
can
get the gray one.
Joy-Cons
Yeah.
Literally everything I own is gray and black. So like,
but here's the thing. The cool thing about it is that the coolest Joy-Cons there aren't even coming with switches. Like my favorite one is the pink and green one from Splatoon.
And you can find me at twitch.tv/hemsworthfeet.world/music.org.co.uk. .biz.
Go to cbd42069.com. What is that?
Man.
Is that available?
We should buy some like CBD URLs. You could sell those. Like,
I am driving to Minneapolis right now. See you guys later.
You should.
Bye, TJ.
Be careful.
All right,
Wear a mask.
CBD 42069. Searching for domains. Let's see what we get. Come on, GoDaddy. Let me know. I shouldn't be using GoDaddy, but it was the first one. Okay, CBD42069.com is available right now. $1 a month. Oh, because they want you to pay for their hosting. Oh, fuck this. I hate GoDaddy. I'm too lazy to move my stuff off of it, though. Anyway.
Now we got outro music.
If you would like to buy the domain cbdpeople.com, it is only $99,000.
Okay.
Whoa. I didn't know this, but the Animal Crossing Switch has it's a custom Switch too, like the back of the Switch.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know. I knew the dock was all custom, and I did not know the Switch itself had the icons on the back of it.
Yeah,
that's pretty rad.
It fucking rocks. It looks so awesome. And I want it. But I can't get it because it is impossible to buy.
You don't need it.
No, I don't. I already have a working Switch.
TJ, you don't need to wear a mask. Don't you know that the coronavirus is ineffective against the immune systems of men who eat ass?
Oh, it's fine. I'll just put alcohol on it.
I also have a magic USB drive that I keep in my pocket to protect my junk from the 5G signals.
Yes,
so
5G is where they'll get you.
Dude, did you guys read the news articles about the USB drives?
Yeah.
That that destroy electric fog even when they're not plugged in?
Yeah. And it's just literally a USB drive.
Yeah, it's a 128 megabyte.
I got one of those right here.
No. It's a 128 megabyte USB drive. I don't even know where they find it anymore. I didn't even think factories thought it worthy enough to produce them anymore because it doesn't cost anymore to make a 1 gig drive.
You have to buy them used.
Hell yeah, boy!
At GameStop.
I could put. That brings us all back to my thumb drive.
My wife.
My thumb drive.
All right, I'm
which
killing
holds
it
1.44 megabytes.
Does that stop 5G?
It stops 6G.
You have to tape it over your balls, though.
Yeah,
All right.
What's funny, y'all, is I bought this.
I'm gonna end the stream. Goodbye.
We missed all of that content.
According to me.
Haha.
Now I can hear it.
That's why you check the fucking levels.
All right, let's get levels. It is why we check levels. All right, here's John talking, and then Matt, and then TJ, and then Spanky.
This is Matt talking, and then TJ and Spanky.
TJ live on the scene, and then we got Spanky.
Amiga Forever classic support by Cloanto Corporation. Copyright 1981 to 2014.
All right, boys.
That's good. That gave me enough time to run an extra 3-minute ad break, so now pre-rolls are off for 52 minutes.
Okay, we're back. All right, everybody. You can hear us on the
They missed all of our funny talk about Debussy.
Debussy?
Claude Debussy.
Dude, I had a real fucking dehydrated shit yesterday, and it really clawed Debussy.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I mean, oh yes, but oh no.
But no.
Oh no.
All right, we're ready to start.
Oh
Yeah,
All right, this is John's unboxing video of Mystery Science Theater Volume. What number X? Whatever that is. Somebody the 18?
17, 18.
18. All right, let's unbox this.
We're all gonna be unboxing. I might as well unbox something good.
Oh no.
Some Reese's Puffs.
Cereal bars.
All right, these
Oh,
are nice.
wow.
We got some nice art here. We got Jack Frost, personal favorite of mine. Got Beast of Yucca Flats, which I've never seen, so I'm looking forward to that. We got the Crash of the Moons, which I've never seen, and Lost Continent, which I've also never seen. So it's almost like I bought this because I didn't have any of these ones.
Some of those sound familiar. I'm sure they're all great.
Jack Frost is great. The funniest part about Jack Frost is my mom told me she saw that movie in theaters when it came out.
Wait a minute.
Is that the like
Right
heartwarming family one or the murder one?
It's a heartwarming family one.
Okay.
The dad becomes a snowman?
No, yeah. Is it the one where the dad dies and becomes a snowman, or is it the one that's a Rankin Bass movie?
Oh, it's neither. It's a Russian movie that they dubbed into English, where a man gets turned into a bear at some point. You can see via this horrible bear costume this guy wears.
The American version of this was just turning into a snowman instead of a bear.
No, so the plot of Jack Frost is it's like a bunch of like Grimm's fairy tale type stories where there's like a ugly sister and like a stepsister, and she's trying to marry off her, but you know she has forced to do all the work. So there's like a little Cinderella in there, and then this guy who's like super confident of his looks and everything. He gets turned into a bear because he doesn't help like an old lady who turns out was like a witch who was trying to like see if he would.
I love Beauty and the Beast.
There's also a Jack Frost where it's like the snowman is possessed by something and it's like a slasher movie.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
If we're gonna watch a winter slasher movie, I kind of watch Santa's Sleigh.
I've never seen that, but I want to.
I've not either. But
Isn't like Stone Cold in that?
Okay, we need to start the episode.
I thought this was the episode.
No, we didn't do the intro. It was fucking muted because your computer.
Hey
sucked.
everybody, welcome to
No,
the
it was
80s,
it was
number
muted because I
102.
forgot to turn it back on after raid night.
Hey everybody.
Can't be too careful.
Hey everybody, I've got a pretty simple question for you. It's so simple a baby could answer it. If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
Yes.
Come on, answer it. It's real easy.
I'd be fucking delicious.
I'd do it. I'd do it.
Busted.
I'd do it. No second thoughts. I'd be delicious. Thank you for enjoying my terrible impersonation of Will Ferrell doing an impersonation of Harry Carey.
My wife.
I'll eat your ass. I will eat your ass.
I'm a Borat. Kazakhstan is not a good country.
Dude, you guys ever wonder if Kazakhstan doesn't like that movie?
Potassium.
I think they don't mind because who the fuck else was talking about Kazakhstan before
They
that?
don't have TV in Kazakhstan.
I'm pretty sure it was like...
They do, but it's just a donkey walking around a pole.
I think it was like filmed in Italy or something like that.
All right, this is Kazakhstan Facts Podcast.
Kazi facts.
All right.
Is Kazi like a racist thing for Kazakhstanians?
I assume so.
You ready?
Yeah, just delete that part where I was racist to people from Kazakhstan.